Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and today I have some insane new cards to go over. But first of all, Merry Christmas Eve or something. I don't know if that's actually a thing that you say. But yeah, it's Christmas Eve in the time I'm recording this for me, and probably when I'm going to upload it. Of course, depending on time zone, all that good stuff. But anyway, I'm super hyped. This is like the coolest Christmas gift we could have gotten. And it's I haven't actually looked at these cards yet, but these are going to be in Wild Force and Cyber Judge, which are Japanese sets. But then they're going to come in, what is it? Temporal Forces. Temporal Forces has, who knows? It doesn't really. It's going to have these, and this is the main thing, and it might have some other stuff. Well, we'll get to that when we get to it. But right now, an insane amount of new cards. So we first of all got, let's see, they've changed. I actually changed this article since I last looked at it, but we got the EXs for. No, we got a bunch of ancient and future Pokemon. So we got the EXs, the beasts, and which are all ancient, and then we got Fluttermane. We have another ancient support, which is cool. I'm assuming you haven't read these, and then we have the Swords of Justice future versions of those, which are fine, and then Iron Thorns, which we also didn't have. So now we will have all the ancient and future Pokemon. I believe. I don't know if there are new ones with the new DLC. I honestly don't remember. And then we got the A specs. I'm actually going to talk about the A specs at the end. If you want more info about the A specs, check out my podcast tomorrow. I've actually already recorded that with Uncommon Fossil, and we talked about these two cards in Neo Upper Energy and Prime Catcher. We've also seen Master Ball, which has not been revealed yet. And then apparently we have these cards, which have all had cards already. Got like a Dragon Koraidon, we got a single prize like Great Tusk, and we got a bunch of things, which is really cool, meaning that I think all the Pokemon are going to have single prize versions. Maybe not Roaring Moon and Iron Treads. Those won't have single prizes yet, but all the rest of the Paradox Pokemon will, which is cool. Giving it some more, I don't know, some more life, some more. I'm not sure. So some more versatility, because right now we only have a few ancient and future Pokemon. I mean, we have 5 of each, and then like a few trainers, like 3, I think, which is fine. But the two things like styles or whatever don't really have an identity yet. So I don't know. I feel like in the future we're gonna get some more after this as well. But this is gonna be the bulk of them. I hope we're gonna get some more in the future. We might not, unfortunately, but because this is all of them. Presumably we will. I don't know if we'll get them for the whole year. That'd be pretty sick. And that is kind of what I'm hoping for. But anyway, let's just hop into these cards because I'm so giddy. I saw them last night, and then I went to bed because they weren't all translated yet, and I didn't want to record at like 2 a.m. or something. So yeah. Anyway, Gouging Fire EX, the Entei one. Ancient Entei, Heat Blast 60 for. So let's see. It has Retreat of 2. 230 HP, it's fire type, and it's an EX. So 60 for 2 is not particularly good. Exploding Flare 260 for 3. Can't use it again until it leaves the active. Exploding Flare is okay. Obviously, Heat Blast 60 for 2 is pretty bad. Not useless or anything, but not particularly good. Exploding Flare, though, 260 for 3 is decent. You'd probably be looking to hit 20 more, which you can't do super easily, I don't think. I haven't looked at all the other cards. I don't hate this card. I think it's pretty cool, but actually, no, I don't think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty decently balanced. I think it's a little on the weak side, but it's decently balanced, but it's not super interesting. You can't use this again until you leave the active. You've seen that. It's not that big of a deal because you can just switch out, obviously. But I don't know. I think this card's pretty mediocre. I'm trying to think of like Firebox. And this could see playing Firebox, but Firebox isn't particularly good either. Walking Wake EX, which is the ancient Suicune. Also, like the way they've done these, they look very similar to the originals. Not identical, obviously, they are intended to look similar, but they don't have like specifically the body of the Suicune one. Like this looks very similar to Suicune, in my opinion. A bit too much, based on the card, because the Pokemon itself does not. It's like a Velociraptor type thing. But anyway, got Walking Awake EX, Cerulean Pulse. Damage from this Pokemon's attack is not affected by any affectionate points active. That's kind of interesting. I mean, it's like Shred style attacks, but it's an ability. It's not a particularly interesting ability though. Um, it's a weird. It seems like it should just be an effect of the attack. Um, Anyway, let's look at the attack. Catharsis Roar, 120 if for watercolorless colors. Also same stat line as the other Pokemon as the um the Gouging Fire, except this time it has one retreat, which is fine. And so and then we see that it does so it does 240 if it's effective. That is special condition. Um, this is fine. It has synergy with the Among Us guy, the Brute Bonnet, which is fine. I mean, it's good. I guess 240 for four, but like for three, it's not particularly great. I mean, it's less than the Gouging Fire, which I just said wasn't that good. Again, this one's not amazing. Hitting through effects is pretty nice. You have a little less HP, but overall, I think Walking Wake's fine. I don't think, again, it doesn't stand out to me a ton. Obviously, do have Excalibur, um, but you wouldn't really play this over at Chien-Pao. I'm not sure. I don't think this card's particularly interesting. Again, but it's fine. I mean, it's nothing bad. And then we got Raging Bolt EX. This is the one based on Raikou. This time it's actually Dragon type, which is pretty cool. I mean, Dragon type's been pretty underwhelming so far. Recently, I mean, Pokemon just doesn't print a lot of Dragon type cards in general, which means that they're worse. In addition to the fact that they have to use two energy types, but when they're good, they're really good. So we got Raging Bolt EX, or 240 HP, 3 retreat, so like a bigger Pokemon, I guess. Although 240 is not like that massive. Then we got Bursting Roar. Discard your hand and draw 6 cards for one colorless. That's fine. I mean, you'll take that. You'll definitely use it some on this, but it's not obviously the reason to play it. Then Extreme Ascent, 70 damage. Discard any amount of basic energy attached to your Pokemon and play it. Does 70 for each card you discard. This way, this seems like Rayquaza. Wait, no, or is this like I don't know. We've seen lots of cards like this and similar things. This is pretty good. That's like a really good multiplier. Oh yeah, so this has synergy with Sandy Shock's EX, which accelerates to itself if you're for most of the game if your opponent's already taken 2 prizes, which is it might be like half the game. But then so you could use that to and then discard energy off that. You can use Flaffy. This is a pretty good multiplier. I don't think have like an insane lightning accelerator. We do have electric generator which you can use. Not on this, I don't believe you can use it, which is fine. I think this is the best of the 3 so far. This one's actually pretty good. Um, you do need to like accelerate energy, obviously. But if you attach accelerate like 4, which is possible with 2 Flappy, 2 Sandy Shocks, then you're hitting 350, which is one-shotting everything. Of course, that's a big ask, but that's not like impossible by any means. Oh wait, no, Flaffy's rotating. Sorry, yeah. So all these cards will happen after rotation. So, I believe will come out. Yeah. So this would come out like when rotation hits. So you won't have Flaffy. You will have Sandy Shocks. Flaffy actually seems kind of important. Not like super crucial because it's not great, but yeah, Sandy Shocks is decent. And then you have Professor Sada's Vitality. I think you might actually have something pretty good here. So I kind of like this card. I think this is the best one we've seen so far, and it's honestly pretty good. And it has synergy with Ancient Pokemon, which of course seems really nice because so far no deck really plays 2, except for occasionally the Brute Bonnet popped into Roaring Moon, but that's not super common. Anyway, yeah, this one looks pretty decent. 240 HP is a nice benefit as well. Next we got Fluttermane at 90 HP. This is the one based on Misdreavus. Fluttering Disc, as long as this Pokemon is in the active, your opponent has no ability. Wait, whoa. Okay. As long as this Pokemon is in your active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon it's just their active. Okay, your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities except for Fluttering Disc. I thought it was all their Pokemon. Okay, it's still ability locking your active is insane. Like that is really crazy. It doesn't stop the Seal Stones, but that's really nice. Stops Chien-Pao, which isn't like the best, but it stops it. Can stop Miraidon. It can stop certain Gardevoir things. It's not like horribly awful to play against, which is good. I didn't want it. Anyway, let's read the attack. 90 for 3 colors, put 2 damage on your opponent's bench and Pokemon any way you like. I kind of like this. I mean, it's a pretty mediocre wall because the ability lock is decent and the attack's like decent. It's nothing insane though. It's 110 for 3 with a little bit of spread, which is like fine. I mean, I think it's okay. I think this Pokemon is pretty balanced. I think it's pretty cool as well. Pretty much any deck can like kind of get around this. But there are times when you can actually punish your opponent's like bad start as well. If they start, say, just Squawkabilly, normally you could just Squawkabilly if your hand's dead. But now you can just go ahead and like stop your opponent from doing that. That's not a super common thing that happens. This really is a pain for Chimp Out. I think Flutter Mane's pretty good. I don't think it's super broken, but I'm happy with it. Next up we got Explorer's Guidance. This is the last ancient card for this set. There's some more down below. The top is a supporter. It doesn't look like it does anything special for ancient Pokemon though. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck and put 2 of them into your hand and discard the other cards. Okay, yeah, this is like this is I was gonna say it's directly better than Close Experiment, but you discard more, but you can recover them. They're discard, not lost zoned. This is kind of like Close Experiment. I think it's because Close Experiment was considered too good. Um, and this is kind of like because it was played as a supporter outside of Lost Zone, which I don't think it was intended to be, and so that's why we're getting this. I think this card's pretty good. I mean, it does discard, which is like it's gonna discard 4 cards from your deck, which is kind of annoying, but at the same time, getting 2 is pretty nice. So it's kind of like Regidrago's V-Star Power. It's like worse, but um, this is a decent supporter. I think it will see some play. I think it should see some play, and I do expect it to see play. A lot of the supporters I say, oh, they should see play, but they won't because people aren't the most innovative. But yeah, this one definitely. I mean, this is just Close Experiment, but essentially better. I mean, it's better for early game or fast draw. It's not as good for preserving your resources. It's pretty awful at that. But you don't lost zone them as well. It's essentially just Close Experiment, and it's pretty cool. I think this card's fine. No ancient synergy essentially, as far as I can see. I mean, there's some like moderate discard synergy, but whatever. That's not that much of a thing. But it's a cool card. I hope we see some stuff that's like Octillery for like ancient cards or something, and future cards, something like that. That'd be fun. Anyway, Iron Leaves EX. This is a grass type Virizion. I like the Swords of Justice. I think they're cool. Although the future Pokemon, I've heard many people say this, and I kind of agree. They're a bit more boring. I'm not a massive fan of Paradox Token, but I think they're kind of cool. I mean, I think alternate forms can be cool. I think Iron Leaves is actually a pretty decent Pokemon. As I said, I like the Swords of Justice, which are these guys. Plus, I think Keldeo, but yeah, I think they're moderately cool. I mean, it's just a metal version. Anyway, I'm going on a bit of a tangent. This isn't today's discussion for a channel or a TCG channel. But Rapid Vernier, wait, is it Vernier? Yeah. Oh, Rapid Vernier. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may switch this Pokemon with your active. If you do move any number of energy from your bench to the Pokemon to this Pokemon, okay, that's pretty decent. What's it? 220 HP, 1 retreat, 180 for 3. It can't attack next turn. Pretty underwhelming, but grass is bad. Yeah, this is bad. I mean, it's not the worst. The ability is decent, but the attack damage output's not particularly good. Um, yeah, we'll see if it has some special synergy because grass weakness is pretty decent to hit. Like, because we have Charizard EX and we have Roaring Moon EX, which are 2 very highly played decks. Honestly, in my opinion, I mean, I think Mayhew has been Roaring Moon's a little overplayed, but Charizard EX has now actually surpassed it. Which is, I don't know if it's the best deck, but it's the most played and it's good. Or at least according to Play Limitless, I believe it's the most played. But this card's pretty bad. Yeah, it's not particularly good. I think the ability is cool. Maybe we'll see something that has special synergy with it, but as of now, it's pretty not good. Iron Crown EX. Okay, so this is the Cobalion, a future one, with 220 HP, 2 retreat now, Psychic as well. The other one was grass. I said it was grass to hits grass weakness, but ability Cobalt Commander. Oh, that's a cool name. Your future Pokemon's attacks, excluding Iron Crown EX, do 20 more to your opponent's active. Oh, whoa. Okay. So this stacks, right? I'm assuming. Yeah, I mean it stacks. So that's really good. Obviously not for Iron Crown. Let's see its attack real quick. I'm assuming it's bad. Twin Châtels. This attack does 50 to your opponent's Pokemon, and it's not affected. But it goes through effects, including weakness and resistance. I mean, this isn't awful or anything. It's Psychic, so same types as Iron Valiant. Same types of as anything else. I don't know, but it's fine. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's not particularly good either. Obviously, it's not boosted and stuff like that. But Cobalt Commander is insane. I mean, 20 more, you just stack it. So this is very much like Team Plasma Deoxys, which I think was 10 more. But If you pop two of these down plus the future booster energy capsule, which buffs damage by 10, I mean, you're hitting 60 more, right? So you can just buff, you can technically buff a Pokemon by 100 damage, uh, which is just insane. I think this card's really good. Now Virizian's not looking too bad. Virizion 180 is bad, but 280 is really good. Obviously, it's probably not hitting 280, so Virizian's still probably bad. But like, I think Iron Valiant will now be potentially very solid if hitting because you hit 200 with that, and then you can ping for 20, so that's 20 more. It doesn't have to be the same Pokemon, but it can be to the active, and then you can boost it with the Future Booster Capsule, so that's 240. Then Iron Crown, get two of those in play. That's 280. That's not crazy. That's very decent, doable. You need 2 to 3 Iron Crowns plus a Future Booster Energy. Well, you need 2 Iron Crowns, a Future Booster Energy Capsule, or 3 Iron Crowns. But that's not like impossible. It's a bit of an ask, but when you have this big one-shot potential, it's pretty good. I think this in Future Lost Box is going to be pretty decent. Future Lost Box isn't really a deck right now. Lost Zone sometimes pops in like Iron Hands and then like Roaring Moon, which is like a different deck. When I say Future Lost Box, I mean Lost Zone with Iron Valiant, potentially Iron Jugulis, and potentially Iron Bundle. It's a deck I covered early on of the Paradox Drifts release on my channel, but I think Iron Crown is an insane addition to that deck. So I say Future, I mean it's probably like Iron Valiant, Iron Crown, Lost Box. And Psychic's obviously arguably the best type for Lost Zone as well. Iron Boldyrex is finally the trio, and honestly, no, I won't split this into two parts. I don't think. We'll see. But we got Repulsor Axe, 60, 240 HP, first of all, and then 3 retreat, so a bigger Pokemon. Honestly, they're not very creative with these, like, retreats and HPs. I mean, it's not like there's that much room to be creative, but they're not being super creative, which is fine. These are like the quote boring Pokemon, I think. We'll see, but they're pretty cool as well. Some of them are really good. Or yeah, I think Iron Crown's really good. I think the rest are uh, underwhelming to pretty good, but Iron Crown is really good. Iron Boulder EX though, Repulsor Axe, 60 damage. If this Pokemon takes any damage from attacks next turn, your opponent puts 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. Um, that's decent. I mean, you do what? So that's 140. It's all right. I mean, it's not particularly good. I mean, it's obviously better than the Gouging Fire's 60 for 2. It's substantially better than that, but your opponent can gust around it. It's not like super common, but I mean, it's somewhat common. And they'll try to, and then they could rope around as well, which is also somewhat common. And then yeah, you're pretty much gonna be not having this trigger all the time, but it's okay. I mean, it's not the reason to play it, I wouldn't say. But yeah, as I said, you can boost everything with Iron Crown, so hitting like what are you looking at hit? 140 is not a lot, so you're looking to hit like 220. So if we say it hits 140, you can do 4 Iron Crowns or 3 Iron Crowns plus a Future Booster Energy Capsule. I said Iron Valiant, you could stick on Iron Valiant. I don't think this is particularly good, but it's not awful. And then Power Stamp 200, discard 2. I'd rather play Iron Valiant. I think this one's pretty underwhelming. Potentially some use. The first attack, I guess, is better. It's not great, but it is usable. Especially if against single price decks with like really weak HP, which aren't super common. I mean, you have Lost Zone, but that doesn't do like damage. It does damage counters with Sableye, which has 80 HP. Cramorant, you won't actually KO, so it's fine. I don't think it's good enough, though, unfortunately. Next up, we got Iron Thorns. Iron Thorns is with Destroy Press. I don't know. 70 damage times so you reveal the top 5 cards. It's one of these top 5 cards of your deck. It does 70 for each future card you find out. Discard the future cards and then shuffle the other cards back into the deck. So this is the first card we looked at that says future cards or ancient cards in its text. Generally, the rest just didn't. They could some said future Pokemon. But yeah, this is the first card we're seeing so far that says future cards, which is showing meaning that they are going to use it. Anyway, so this isn't good. I mean, it's not that good, right? I was saying 350 was nice on Iron or on Raging Bolt, but this isn't gonna hit 350. It'll maybe hit like 210, and they're like milling presumably good cards, but they're not necessarily the best cards either. Like you're not milling like the important search stuff. But then you're also reducing the amount of damage you do in the future. I think, unsurprisingly, this card's not very good. 144 is obviously not good either. So yeah, Iron Thorns is clearly like a meme card. It's not good. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not the worst. It's pretty not good. Cryptomaniac's Deciphering. Wow, that is a crazy name. That's like a really cool one, but kind of weird. Search deck for 2 cards. Shuffle your deck, then put those 2 cards on top of it in any order. That's Mallow. I don't think that's the same wording. It might be, but I'm almost certain it's not. But yeah, that's Mallow, which is interesting. They're clearly trying to bring back the GX era, I guess. No, I don't know. They just bring back older stuff, which is kind of fun. Do I think this is good? Yeah, I think it's good. Honestly, I don't know what it's good with. I'm sure it has some like really good combos, but I've like because we got a Rangu and that was like really good, but then that like rotated up a while ago. So I'm sure this has some great combos. This does have a lot of synergy with that Iron. No, what is it? Iron Thorns, but like at the same time, it's not that good. Because you're not actually drawing these cards. I mean, your goal is to draw those cards. So I guess it's good with Goldango. Yeah, this is good with Goldango because you look at like Malon Zorak GX, we can just draw those 2 cards instantly. So you can just use this and then draw those cards with Goldango. You could draw them with Kirlia as well. So this is gonna be pretty good in those decks. Because just search for it's not just search for 2, but it's pretty close. In those types of decks. So I think this card is gonna be super broken in not like super broken, but pretty good in Goldango, pretty good in Gardevoir. Gardevoir is changing a lot with the rotation of the single prize Gardevoir. So with that, like you're not just able to draw those 2 without discarding, but with Kirlia Engine, it's like super good. I think this card is pretty solid. Yeah, it's pretty nice. We'll see how it sees play, but I'd be shocked if it doesn't. I think it has some really cool ideas. Then we got the Ace Spectrus. I'll say they're pink, which I like. But I was working on a thumbnail with someone. I saw someone else's thumbnail. These cards look hideous next to like the old cards. Like it was, I think it was like a one of these cards. I don't remember which one. Next to like a Comfey on a thumbnail. And man, it just like the colors clashed awfully. I do like the looks of these though. I think they're fun. The pattern looks like the Radiant Pokemon pattern as well. Actually, no, that might be the way Live does the Radiant Pokemon pattern is how it looks. Anyway, I think they look cool. They're Japanese. No, they're all Japanese. Yeah, I guess this is how they'll look exactly, pretty much. It looks weird. Like it has some texture, but obviously it's like a computer image. So it's kind of strange. So I don't know, the Japanese card should look the same. Like this looks obviously the text is like in a different language, but yeah, it'll look pretty much the same as this. I like it. I do like the new look, but I'll talk about those cards a little later on. As I said earlier, podcast episode coming out tomorrow, as well as some YouTube shorts that cover those cards. Um, oh, okay, so these are going to be in starter decks. So these are fine. And then we're getting Master Ball back as well, which again I'll talk about, but that is a reprint. Um, so Koraidon EX, Ancient now, Dragon type, 230 HP, 2 retreat, Vengeful Hammer, 20 for 2 colors, is 10 more for each damage count in this Pokemon. It's fine. I mean, it's not particularly good, but it's not awful. It's an attack you'll use occasionally. Um, I guess you do. I was gonna say you have like Thornton synergy. I guess that's pretty bad. Anyway, oh, the next attack, Kaiser Tackle, 280 for. This should say. I think they got the fire energy code wrong. The fire energy code is R. Um, so yeah, that's wrong. Did they get it right here? Yeah, they got it right here. So so this is supposed to be. It says F, which is gonna be fighting. But no, it's fire fighting. Which does 280. And then you do 60 to yourself. 60 to yourself obviously isn't good. You're probably gonna die. You do have the tool that gives you 6 more HP, which kind of negates it. So you might not die, but like you still probably will. Decent chance because they could discard the tool or could just hit 230. It's not like crazy to hit 230. 280 is good, obviously. It's a bunch of damage. It hits. I mean, 280 is a good break point for stuff like V-Stars. That being said, is it like broken? No, because it's really hard to power up. Fighting Fire is a bunch. I don't know how to power it up. I can't think. I can't think of anything good at least. So yeah, this seems kind of sketchy and honestly kind of bad. Unfortunately, I don't know. Is there some way? Like, I can't think of ways, but they're all kind of bad. Um, yeah, well, I'll keep scrolling. I don't know. I just don't like Sandy Shocks EX plus Poppy, maybe. That seems bad. You could use Mela because Raihan's gonna rotate. I don't know. This card doesn't seem particularly good, and it's fine, I guess. Next up, we got Great Tusk, Fighting Colors. Oh, these are probably gonna be worse. Yeah, no, these are probably going to be worse cards, but probably a few of these will be interesting. Anyway, so we got ourselves Great Tusk, 140 HP, 4 retreat. Um, and then we see it does 30 for 2 and 80, but if any of your bench pick don't have any damage on them, it does 180 for 3. 180 for 3 on a basic is good. I mean, it's very good, but we do have cards that do it right now, and Snorlax is probably just better. It has more HP, it does go to sleep, which is a bit of a pain. But Great Tusk is it fine? I guess it's fine, but it's not particularly good. Unfortunately, I don't think this will see much play. The bench damage has moderate synergy with some of the ancient stuff, but it's just okay. Next up, we got Sandy Shocks. This is again another ancient Pokemon. And we see that it has 120 HP, 2 retreat, 60 for 2, which isn't very good. Magnetic Blast, 20 plus if you have 3 or more energy in play, it does 70. It's not affected by weakness, which is bad. 90 for 1 is good, but it's not like broken good. There's some Pokemon that can hit it now. I don't know, when I was looking at a Pokemon, I was like, oh, this hits 90 for 1. But it doesn't see play really. It sees a little bit of play. Um, yeah, this isn't particularly. It's not awful, but it's gonna be. I mean, it's not really 90 for 1 because you need 3 or more energy in play, which is a little awkward. Next up, we got Screamtail, 90 Psychic type, 1 retreat, just like the other one we see, 40 for 2. Awaken for 1 heal, 100 for 1 your bench ancient. That's really boring. Oh, that's not good. Next up, that we got Miraidon EX, which is gonna be a future Dragon Pokemon. Honestly, this looks sick. This are like, I don't know. I just really like the way it does. Again, have these like streaky things, which might be weird due to the computer, but it looks pretty cool. So Repose and Bolt. So first of all, yeah, it can do 220 for 3, but you could do that and can't attack next turn. But that's like the same as Miraidon EX, the other one, which does it for 2 lightning, which is better. But then Repose and Bolt, 60. But then if your opponent's active has damage, it does 160. That's all right. I mean, it's not like bad, but it's not great either. Has some synergy with Iron Valiant, so potentially could be tossed in like an Iron Valiant Lost Box, but I don't know. Next up, we got Iron Hands, 140 HP, 30 in Paralysis for 2. Super Ally Hands, 80, 160 for 3. I mean, we're just saying that 180 for 3 wasn't necessarily good enough. Lightning type is a better type. Oh wait, yeah, and hitting a V or EX, it's all right. I don't despise this card either. The typing is fine, but I don't know. I'm not in love with this card, unfortunately. Next up, we got Iron Valiant. Twin lasers, 20 and 20 to 1 your opponent's bench. I mean, it's something. It's not particularly great, but it's okay, I guess. Zenblade, 120 over 3. It's okay, but again, pretty underwhelming. With 32 retreat, I mean, I would like to see 1 retreat on this. It is what it is. Iron Jugulus, though. Auto Fighter. If this Pokemon is in the active and takes damage from your opponent's attack, put 3 damage on the attack, counts on the attacking Pokemon, and does 110 for 3. I'm not super inspired. Keep in mind, you can buff these damage. I kind of forgot about that with Iron Crown. I don't know. I think we need I think these guys need like some energy support. But speaking of energy, let's talk about the new A specs. We got new upper energy. As long as the card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides colorless energy, which is normal. In A specs, you can have 1 A spec in your deck of any type. So, and then you have say new upper energy says as long as it's attached to a stage 2, this provides two energy of every type, or 2 energy at a time, but any types. So this will provide. Oh, none of these are stage 2s because they're all basics, which is a little boring, but that's kind of how Pokemon kind of walk themselves into a corner here. But I hope we do see stage 2s and stage 1 Paradox Pokemon. But anyway, right now we don't. But this is useful for I don't know. I was talking about it on the podcast, and it's not the most useful thing, because it's very similar to Reversal, and like Reversal does all this stuff, except this can be on, obviously you don't need to be down, and it can be on Rulebox, but there aren't any Amazing Stage 2 EXs right now. They haven't been printing a ton. There's some okay ones. I mean, okay, no, there are some good Stage 2 EXs. There's Charizard and there's Gardevoir, um, and there's also like arguably Garchomp, but like all of those do not they don't need this, right? They just don't. They attack for like low energy, they accelerate energy, they just don't need this. Yeah. Next up, we got Prime Catcher. Prime Catcher is really interesting as Guzma as an item. So you gust up and then switch your own bench. Some people are acting like it's the craziest thing in the world. It's fine. I mean, it's not like the most broken card ever. It's pretty good. I think it's comparable to Computer Search and Dazzling Machine, and I think Life Dew is also very good as well. Um, that being said, it's not game breaking. It's pretty good though. I think it will be, so far of the ones we've seen, is by far the default choice. And then lastly, we got ourselves Master Ball. This one I didn't talk about on the podcast with Linko and Fossil, but it's search for any Pokemon. It's a reprint of the one, I think this is from Plasma Blast. I don't really know. Yeah, Plasma Blast. Wait, what is this link? It's that. Okay. Anyway, so it's fine. I mean, it's bad. It's absolutely good because you have Ultra Ball. It's not like, I mean, it is better than Ultra Ball, but it's not that much better than Ultra Ball. It's not that much better than cards like Quick Ball or Evo Intense, which rotated, but not that much better. Um, it's not that much better than Nest Ball. I mean, it is better than all those cards, but like, it's something you can do normally. Like, you can search out Pokemon. It's okay, but Master Ball just isn't it, unfortunately. So yeah, on my thumbnail, I showed a card with Pokeballs, with two Pokeballs. I think it would be cool if we see an ace spec that searches for one basic and one evolution. Honestly, I think double Master Ball wouldn't be too like broken. I think it would be very good. Which would be nice though. It would be very playable, but I wouldn't like, it wouldn't break the game. It would be really nice, but it'd have good value. Like Prime Catcher has really good value. Scramble, no, Neo Upper Energy has. Wait, did I call Reversal Scramble? I don't remember. They're like the same, but still. New Upper Energy has decent value. If you look at cards like Computer Search and Dowsing Machine, they have good value. If you look at cards like a lot of the other race specs, they didn't. Like Scramble Search has okay value, but not that good value. And that did something unique, but not like entirely. You could play a bunch of switch. You could play a switch and a bunch of energy switch, but Master Ball like isn't really that unique at all as for an ace spec. So I think it's pretty like, and it doesn't have great value either. It's okay, but I would like to see something a little better. Unfortunately, yeah, it's a little unfortunate we got something like that. But anyway, best cards from this that got revealed. Best one by far is, well, okay. There's Iron Crown EX, which is super busted. Then we got Raging Bolt, which is pretty decent. We got Explorer's Guidance, which is pretty solid, and we got Cryptomaniac's Deciphering, which is very good. Of course, the Prime Catcher is really nice. This Miraidon's okay. It might be of some value. It's not like any of these cards are like truly. Maybe some of these guys are unplayable, but the rest are pretty. All of these are playable. Fluttermane seems interesting. I don't know if it's good enough, but it seems potentially decent. You could bulk it up to 150 as well. I didn't talk about the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule for these guys, but that'll make them bigger, which is nice. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna see some really cool decks out of these. I don't think any of them are super broken. Iron Crown's kind of pushing it. I do believe Iron Crown is the best. And then, of course, Prime Catch is good, but it's not like broken or anything. But anyway, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts down below. I will be posting this. Well, I was gonna say I'll be posting this video shortly. It's out now. Obviously, you just watched it. But I hope you enjoy it. If you did, consider subscribing. I hope you have a good Christmas and holiday season as well. Like a good New Year. That'll be like a week away. But anyway, I'm excited to go over these cards some more. And more importantly, go over the new cards as well that get revealed after this. And as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.